Let me paint you a picture. 7:42 in the morning, coffee barely touched, and I'm standing at my kitchen window watching a parade of golf carts tearing across my back pasture like the start of some bizarre neighborhood Grand Prix. 4 HOA board members all dolled up in matching windbreakers flying across my property on a mission like they owned the damn place. What they didn't know was that I'd finally had enough, and their shortcut was about to become the world's worst pit stop. Right where my land dips toward the old oak, I'd laid out a row of industrial tire deflation strips. The moment those tires hit pop, first one then another, and suddenly it's chaos. One cart swerved and caught 3 more flats, another slammed the brakes too late and ended up stranded. 4 carts, 12 tires, and in the middle of it all, Diane Hartwell, the HOA president herself, was losing her mind in my field, shrieking louder than the crows on trash day. And me, I was on the porch, finally enjoying my coffee, thinking, well, Jake, you finally did it. 3 years earlier, I'd bought these 5 acres just outside Rigidest Heights because I wanted a little space to breathe. No HOA, no neighbors judging my weeds or my porch furniture. Turns out I underestimated Diane. The woman took one look at my wild meadow, wrinkled her nose, and declared me a menace to property values everywhere. Before I even got a chicken coop built, she was sending me letters, complaints about vermin and the grass noise pollution from livestock I didn't even own yet. She'd file a complaint if the sunrise looked too yellow. The real trouble started when she sent a letter saying my property was subject to their architectural review committee because they could see it from their perfectly manicured neighborhood. My attorney laughed, but Diane was dead serious. Then one morning I'm walking the back fence and find a shiny new chain-link gate 20 feet onto my land. Property of Rigidest Heights HOA, the sign read as if they could just claim a slice of my pasture. I called the sheriff. Deputy Coleman told me I had every right to take it down, so I did. With a sawzall and a grin, tossed the whole thing aside and put up trail cameras. The next morning I checked the footage. Sure enough, Diane was leading a little golf cart caravan straight through my field, saving 5 minutes on the way to the clubhouse. I marched over, confronted her, told her straight up there was no easement and never had been. Diane just gave me that icy smile and said, "Possession is 9/10 of the law. We've established an easement." I reminded her I'd owned the place for 3 years, but she just laughed. "You can't afford the legal fight, Jake. Don't make this hard on yourself." I'll tell you, in that moment I realized she wasn't going to stop. Then Diane made her mistake. She filed a complaint with the county claiming I was blocking a public road. Bob, the county clerk, good man, been there longer than the courthouse steps, pulled every record back to 1952. No easement, no public access, nothing but clear language, private property. Bob actually laughed reading her complaint, sent me the paperwork, told me to frame it. Sandra, my attorney, sent Diane a cease and desist. Diane fired back, called my land an attractive nuisance, said I was responsible for the HOA's safety by letting them trespass. Sandra nearly spit her coffee. This is the most ridiculous legal argument I've ever seen. That was the final straw. So I did my homework. Colorado law's clear private property is private, period. I bought professional spike strips, put up big warning signs every 20 feet, 6-inch orange letters, reflective tape, the works. If you missed those signs, you'd have to be willfully blind or just Diane. And then came the showdown. That morning I'm on the porch, coffee in hand, watching the live feed. Diane's leading the charge, yakking on her phone, blowing past every sign. Hiss, lurch, stop. Next thing you know, 8 HOA board members standing in my meadow, 4 golf carts dead in the grass, and Diane is screaming about terrorism and attempted murder. Deputy Coleman rolled up cool as always. Diane tried to have me arrested. "Did you see the signs, ma'am?" he asked. Diane lost it. "The signs are irrelevant." Coleman just pointed. "What about the warning your tires would pop?" "I didn't see it," she cried, standing 4 inches from the sign. Coleman handed out criminal trespassing citations to all 8 of them. She tried the public road card again, but Coleman just pulled up the county records on his phone and showed her. I thought Diane might actually explode. Then Sheriff Davidson rolled up. He let Diane rant about terrorism and calling the governor for a full 10 minutes. When she finally ran out of breath, he leaned in and said, "Ma'am, you committed criminal trespassing. He's within his rights. If you don't stop, I'm arresting you for stalking and filing false police reports." That was the quietest I've ever seen my meadow. Tow trucks showed up an hour later, $300 a cart storage fees, $200 per tire. Their insurance refused every claim because the damage happened while committing a crime. Sweetest justice I've ever seen. That night's HOA meeting was a disaster. The news had gotten hold of the story, neighbors were furious, and Diane, well, she admitted right there she was harassing me to sell to a developer. The vote to remove her 27-3. The district attorney didn't let up either. Diane took a plea deal, guilty of misdemeanor trespassing, $8,000 in fines and restitution, 100 hours community service, and a restraining order. The judge told her she was lucky I didn't sue her for everything she owned. Diane actually broke down and cried in court. Now my porch is quiet. No golf carts, no shouting, just me, my field, and the sound of crickets at dusk. Looking back, I won't say it was fun, but I learned something no law book ever taught me. Sometimes the only way to stand up to power is to plant your feet and not back down, no matter how loud they yell or how many letters they send. People will try to bully you if they think you'll fold. Don't fold. Justice doesn't always come easy. It doesn't always show up with a badge or a courtroom. Sometimes it rolls in on 4 flat tires and leaves you with a story to tell. My only regret is that I didn't pop popcorn to watch the show. So here's what I wonder. Where do you draw the line between fighting for what's right and just being stubborn? If you were in my boots, would you have stood your ground or let it go for some peace and quiet? Have you ever had to deal with someone like Diane, someone who thought the rules didn't apply to them? Share your thoughts down below or tell me your own wild HOA story. Was I right? Was karma served? Or was I just another troublemaker with too much time and a grudge? I'm listening, and if you made it this far, maybe you've been there too.